About that. My lunch was or my break was late, and then this place was kind of taking a minute. But I'm heading to
Oh,
my
no
car.
worries.
But I am here, ready to go.
All right. Perfect. All right. Well, I'm Fallon. I'm one of the co-owners for the publication, the Concert Chronicles, who actually runs, the festival Summer Scream Fest. Um, I'm the business partner that goes through all the bands, interviews everybody, talks to everybody, and then I make a list of bands that me and my partner will go through in at the end of December to figure out who's going to perform. Um, Summer Screen Fest is probably gonna be like 8 to 9 bands, I believe, this year that my business partner wants to do. We're all about like supporting local musicians and everything, giving a platform to the to local musicians, and then get one big headliner to pull in a crowd to come support the people that are playing. So that's a little bit about Summer Screen Fest. We had our first year this year. We had
Skylit
over
Drive, right?
200. Yeah, we had over 200 attendees this year um, in Brooklyn. We had a Skylar Drive headlining, well, co-headlining with If Not For Me. Um, a lot of friends, bands that performed and stuff. It was a great festival, great turnout. So hopefully next year it's a lot better. It's just me and my business partner. We're just a two-woman team. That's it.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's I never realized how hard it was to run a festival. I cried a
Oh
lot
yeah.
at my festival. A lot.
Hey, you got to learn sometime, though.
All right. So introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about your music.
Okay, so I'm NYXKISS. I know it spelled a little different, but I go by NYXKISS. It's technically my last name. I just changed some letters around to make it a little less confusing because my actual last name has extra letters that it doesn't need. But I do a lot of a mix between like emo rap, alternative, like post-hardcore. I keep a good variety of songs, and then like I cater to like what like the genre of the shows is best are. So I have a good range of what I can perform.
Yeah, I was
But
listening to your stuff. It kind of reminds me if Brokencyde Curve had a kid with Scarred Lord and Juice World. That's what your music reminds me of.
that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
I was like, I kind of really like this. It reminds me of when I was a scene queen back in high school and I used to listen to, the Medic Droid and stuff. I was like, this is what it reminds me of.
Yeah. Those are all like my favorite genres of music for like all my favorite artists. I got stuff with Broken Side coming soon. We're just trying to finish it up, so that'll even be cooler.
Yeah, Broken Side was a fun band listening to when I was younger, like 15 or 16. Those are where music was good back when I was growing up. Nowadays,
Mhm.
not so much.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely do miss that era. Good time.
Yeah, that era growing up in like 2000, like 2007 to 2013, that music era was phenomenal. All sorts of music. Like I can get all this hate all I want. Like I was a blood on the dance floor and Jeffree Star type of girl, so don't judge me. But like
Me too.
music,
No, same here. Same here.
listen, I was, those girls with those big poofy hairs, raccoon tails and stuff. So of course I listened to Blood on the Dance Floor, but yeah, I judge myself.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. It'd be like that. But yeah, I was into all that too. That was all my stuff. There's some bands I wish I could have seen but I started going to Warped Tour a little too late before it like actually ended. So I was sad about that, but still got to
Oh,
see some good ones.
oh yeah, I started going Warped Tour in like 2007,
I
2008.
wish.
So that's
I
when
think my
music
first
was good. That's like when
Yeah,
Open Horizon, Escape the Fate had like Ronnie Racky in it and stuff. All the music was good.
that's awesome. Yeah, my first one I think was like 2014.
I'm trying to think.
So I got a couple in there.
I think 2013 or 2014. I forgot which one Volumes played and stuff. There was like Miss May I, Old Chelsea Grin. Oh my God, music was so good.
I
Oh,
know.
I'm sorry, but that would never happen again. I don't care about the new Warped Tour that's happening next year. I don't. It would never be the same. It would never match Warped Tour.
No, no, because see, like the only reason I was able to go is because they had the deal where if you bring your parent, they get in for free. And my mom was not about to like have me go to a concert by myself, and I like convinced her to come because she could get in for free.
Oh, that's awesome. Wait, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, oh yeah. My mom. I went. My mom used to give me problems all the time.
Hmm.
Go and she's like, "You're gonna get kidnapped." Blah blah blah. I'm like, "Mom, nothing's gonna happen." Besides, now as adults, now we realize a lot of stuff happened behind the scenes at those festivals. So.
Unfortunately,
And it's coming to light in 2024. This year was just full of craziness for the music
yeah,
industry.
it's pretty insane the stuff that you don't know about and like the power of social media that helps spread that awareness.
Yep. All right. So, the type of music that you create, give me some inspirations that helped you create the music that you do create.
Oh, like definitely, like you said, like a part of it comes from that Brokencyde curve, blood on the dance floor. But also like I still get inspiration from like I See Stars, What Was Me, and like I don't have a lot of songs like that just because I don't have a full band, but I definitely want to dive into more of that realm. But I also get a lot of inspiration from like the new age, like underground, like people like Kill Station, Brennan Savage, Little People, Tracy, like all them guys. And I'm like a person really, I make all my own beats except for once in a great while a producer will send me something that I actually like, but I'm super picky. So I just kind of really learned to like make everything myself and then just do everything myself.
Yeah, yeah. That, I like your inspirations. I love Icy Stars. Well, I love
Hmm.
that What Was Me's back together. Um,
Hmm.
it's when I saw I See Stars. Who did I see him with? Hawthorne Heights, I believe. Armor for Sleep. Not that long ago, and I mean, I cried. I bawled my eyes out during that set because I just love Icy Stars so much.
Me too.
Damn, I'm so glad they started making music again and like
Me
Bless the
too.
Fall and
Like
stuff.
a lot of those bands just kind of stopped and it's like I'm glad some of them are still going. Like I'm sure
But
it's not easy to keep going, but like I'm just happy they are.
I just like that Icy Stars stick to their old sound,
Hmm.
basically. They didn't really change that much. What was me? I don't know if they released anything new, but I just know that they got signed to a record label. I know that. But I'm hoping Icy Stars keeps creating bangers and Bless the Fall and stuff. I saw Bless the Fall recently. Oh my god, they were so good. For an old
Yeah.
man, he is so good still.
Yup, yup.
Damn. All right. Um, let's see. So you just released your newest song, Crazy,
Hmm.
on November 22nd. Can you tell me a little bit about that song?
I've been really on a like Crush Club kick lately. So people like Asteria, Barely Human, Odatari, and I've been making a lot of more beats like in that like vibe. And someone I met at South by Southwest asked if I could send him an open, and I was like, I don't really know what um we would do to collab because he does more goth type music, like synthwave goth. And then he sent me like a song that he had open, and I was like, oh my god, I have something actually kind of similar to this. So I sent him that crazy open that because I'll make music like on Instagram live and just like mess around. That was one of them that I just kind of kept in the back because I didn't really think I was gonna do anything with it. But he put a pretty nice nice feel to it, and I'm glad it was able to come out because I wasn't really planning for it to.
I like it. I started listening today. I was like, let me go in a little bit deeper with his
Hmm.
music before we go to an interview because I kind of want to, some of the bands that are like applying for our festival, I don't really know their music, so I dwell on their music for like a whole day driving to work and then driving home. And I was like, you know what? I like his music. I'm gonna
Hmm.
interview him.
Well, I appreciate that.
Where are you from anyway?
I'm from Illinois, but I currently live in Houston right now.
How's Houston?
It's something. Like I definitely don't miss the winters like upper north has. Like Today's like the first cold day, and it's like in like the medium 50s, like 53.
Oh, I'm jealous. I live in South Carolina and it's fucking freezing.
I bet it is.
I lived in New York my whole life and I was like, okay, I understand cold, freezing and everything. And then I come to South Carolina, I was like, yes, I'm gonna get warm all year long. No, it's fucking 15 degrees outside. Like, what is that shit?
Man, yep, I hate it. I hate it.
I I thought southern states were warm. I guess I lied to myself, but I was like, I'm gonna enjoy going to South Carolina, December, January, February. It's gonna be nice outside. Nah, it's icy, and then we get freaking state of an emergency when there's ice on the ground, and I tell myself, and I'm like, do these people not know how to drive in weather like this?
Yeah, people just forget.
Terrible. I'm sitting here, I'm like, I kind of miss New York. I miss the scene in New York. South Carolina has a good scene, it has like a deathcore, hardcore scene, but I'm afraid of those shows, so I don't really go.
Yeah, they're fun to listen to, but I definitely stand back because they be getting a little crazy in the pits, like doing like front flips and handstands and like roundhouse kicks. I'm like, oh, oh.
I just went to see Extortionists, Crown the Magnetar, and Discoveries and another band. And I mean, I was doing video for Extortionists and I was so scared. I was like, this is the first time I'm taking video, going into the pit, running around the pit. And I mean, this guy did a whole cartwheel, did like a split in the air. And I'm like, bro,
Yeah, they get too wild.
no, nothing beat my boundary show. I hid in the corner the whole time. Me thinking when I went to a boundary show, not thinking how like all the opening bands were hardcore, like so I was staying right in the middle taking photos.
Oh
And the
no.
second the first band started, 15 seconds into it, stage divers, I mean kids punching people, going like starting from one end of the stage to another, punching people in the face. And I'm sitting here like, oh hell to no, can't do this.
Yep. Yep. I was working at a venue when Knock Loose came through, and I've never seen an entire floor mosh. I was scared because I was like on a stand for security, and I had to hold the wall so my stand wouldn't tip over because so many people were moving. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
it was a fun
it
show, but it was stressful.
yeah, boundaries. My friend broke his finger in the pit. He doesn't know how you broke it. Some kid cracked his whole skull open, stayed for the show, head bleeding.
Mm.
Another girl got her stretch ears ripped open. Oh my God, it was so bad.
Oh man.
I was like, I'm never going to a boundary show. And this was before they got big and they were doing like a small headlining tour in the southern states. And it was their first sold out show at the venue that I went to. And it was very intimate, no barricade, nothing. So shit was just haywire.
Hmm.
Nope. I can't do it. I can't do hardcore shows. I hide in the corner. My friends tell me, come out, hang out. Nope. You see stage divers, they're right next to you guys. I am not getting hit. Not today. Maybe
Exactly.
tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm like, man, I got too many neck problems to be in one of those pits.
I'm old, so I have knee problems, and I'm like, God forbid someone kicks me in my knee. I'm just leave me there. Don't call an ambulance. It's too expensive.
Mhm.
Just let me relax. Just leave me on the floor for the night. Just
Take a little nap.
yeah, just mosh over me. I'm okay.
Heck yeah.
All right. So, is there any new music coming out the rest of 2024, or is it going to be 2025?
Mm, I'll probably drop. I'm either gonna drop a song or an EP. I try to drop a song every week or every 2 weeks, but I just kind of got busy the last couple of weeks with work, so I need to try to catch up this weekend. So there'll probably be one more song. If it's not next Friday, it'd be the Friday after.
So you try to create music basically every 2 weeks and put them on like your Spotify?
Yeah, I try to at least release a song like no later than every 2 weeks because I'll make like 10 to 15 a week, and then I just kind of pick like a better one.
Oh my God, how do you have time to do all that?
I don't. I have so many ideas, so like I'll try to get up before work or stay up after work and either like get some beats ready or at least just write or come up with a couple melodies. And then when I have a day off, then I just purge it all.
You're more productive than I am. I could never. I feel like I'll be creating the same sound over and over again. I'm not creative in that aspect at all. Like I take photos, that's the only creative bone I have in my body. I can
Hmm.
edit photos and take photos, but besides that, I can't do anything else. I can't even write a poem.
Yeah, that's how I feel about music though. I'm like, I don't really have anything else going other than that. Like all my creative energy is just in that.
So how long have you been doing it?
Um, I I started doing like solo music like I would say at a point that it was like okay in like 2019. I started making music 2016. Like I went to school for like musical theater and all that to kind of learn how to like sing and perform. And I feel like about 2019 is when it actually started to like sound like music that someone would like listen to, if that makes sense. Because like I had a band between like 2016 and 2018, and like it didn't sound anything like I wanted it to, because it was literally just me and a guitarist, because there's no drummers in my hometown. No one wanted to play bass, and I'm like I can't sing and play instruments, so I couldn't do bass. So it was literally just me like programming drums on this like free music uh app, and just sounded pretty awful. It didn't even like sound like anything I wanted it to, but like just learning experience.
Yeah, sometimes sometimes being a solo artist is a lot better instead of working with like a whole band at the same time. But then when you want to do
Mhm.
shows, you got to have people to do all the instruments. That's the only issue
Yeah,
I
because it's like
see.
I don't. The only thing that sucks about like playing like music or like live without a band that has band stuff, it just feels like karaoke to me. Like if I have guitars and drums, I want there to be like a guitarist and a drummer, like to actually feel it.
So would you ever like as like instead of like a band, like a DJ type of stuff, would you ever like be inclined to do something like that and just be like a solo artist on that aspect, or do you want like a full band?
I'll have DJs like spin my music and stuff and like play it how I want, like have them let them stop and go and all that. But I've always like wanted a full band. I've always wanted to make like the electronic core stuff, like the Icy Stars, What Was Me, like Eskimo Cowboy. That's always been my like goal.
I
Just like
do
I can,
love me some Exmo Callboy.
I play like a little bit of guitar, but nothing to like that I can make what I want. Like I can't figure out how to get it to sound like how I want it to.
Well, good for you because if I ever try to make music, it'd be horrible. Horrible.
That's how it was when I first started, but I had to like literally keep pushing. Like I definitely was like tone deaf when I started. I had to. It took me years to like get to like a spot where I could like, all right, this is normal sounding.
I feel like I'm 30 years old. I feel like my brain is not wired to learn new things. So,
Hey, you never know.
yeah, I just picked up a camera and then I was good at it. And I was like, okay, it doesn't really take brain energy to take photos, but to like create music and stuff, you gotta figure out like notes and stuff, beats. I'm like, no, nope, can't do
Yeah,
it.
it's a lot, but I don't know. There's nothing really else that I put my energy into, so that I'm just learning every day. At least trying
So,
to.
do you have any upcoming shows for the rest of the year?
I've kind of just been declining things unless like it's like paid stuff or bigger shows, just because these local shows, people people in general are just weird. Like there's just too much drama in local music when nobody has any reason to have drama, because nobody is like has a career out of what they're doing. Like it's just like every like state that like I've like performed at, there's just people who like want to live the rock star life without like actually being a rock star, having like no fans. And people get very jealous. Like I've never been like a self-centered person, but people get really like jealous over me, and like because I have a pretty well put performance, I have well mixes, and people don't like that for some reason, because they don't like seeing someone else succeed and it's not them. So like long story short, people like will throw my names on flyers when I'm not part of the show, And like I have to publicly be like, if you see my name on a flyer and I haven't posted it, like I'm not on that show.
That's terrible. But
It's
I
weird.
understand the local musician aspect. Like I have never experienced so much toxic behavior in anything besides a local scene. It's so
Yeah.
bad. J- like you might have good numbers, but people don't come to your shows and everything, and then you get mad about it and you post about it on social media, you saying, we have all these numbers but people don't show up. I was like,
Hmm.
are you interactive with your fan base? Do you talk to people like on social media? If not, obviously nobody's gonna come to your show. They're gonna listen to your music, but if you're not personable, you're not
Hmm.
gonna get anywhere.
Yeah. And it's like I'm tired of like doing shows and not getting paid for it, and I'm like the only one bringing people. So I'm like I'm literally at a point where like I have enough practice performing. Like I've done 2 tours. Like I know how to get a crowd going. I know how to sound good on stage. So I'm like, if somebody wants me to come out and put me on the flyer and actually want me to show up, like you just gotta give me a little something so I can take off work and like make it worth my while.
Exactly. That's what I don't understand. Like tours and venues and stuff, they will make you pay to play. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I hate that. I hate that. The pay to play. I hate that. Like musicians shouldn't have to pay, this much money and have to sell this many tickets to be able to perform. Like
Mm-hmm.
that is horrible in my eyes because I feel like that oversaturates the area, I think, in my opinion. But like I just feel bad. Like I forgot what festival. Oh, Capulet Fest. Like people that are opening the festival literally had to pay like $1,000, I think, to play.
Oh
Who
my
the
God.
hell wants to pay $1,000?
Yeah, yeah, I'm a victim of that starting out because I didn't have any like connections or anybody in the thing. I'd learned everything myself. Like I like would pay to be on like shows and like they would have like 15 to 20 openers before the headliner and like people get artist fatigue. Like if it's like if unless it's a festival, like shows shouldn't have more than 10 people like before like the support and the headliner. So like I've done a show with Smoke Perp. I paid $600 and there were 22 openers. And
Holy.
that was like my like so many people left before he went on because he went on at like 1:30 a.m. I'm like nobody wants to stay out that late on a Wednesday night. Like
Oh my God. I thought my festival was bad. It was like 2:30 p.m. to like 10 o'clock, but then again, it was 9 bands and
and also
oh,
that's a festival. Like that's
I
different.
understand the fatigue, the artist fatigue, but this year the festival, like we didn't have food at the venue. So people
Mm,
were starving and they wouldn't let people do re-entry to get food from the food truck right outside the venue door. Like there was a food truck right there.
yeah.
So like it was horrible. Like people were hungry. Usually that place has like food open and everything. And I don't know what happened, but I was like giving bottles of water to people, some snacks to people. I felt so bad. I was like, bro, if I knew this, I would have, we would have talked to like the booking guy that did the venue and see if we can get food because people be hungry. I'm hungry after
Mhm.
like an hour just watching the show.
Yeah, I'm always hungry.
Me
But
too, and
it's a lesson
thirsty.
learned though.
Yeah. Hopefully next year is a little bit better in that aspect. Like it was I don't know how many times I cried. I think I cried like 4 or 5 times in the corner.
Oh yeah, it's not an easy thing to do. Like props to you for getting it going and continuing it. I was supposed to play a festival in New York last year, but my flight got canceled, and I was really sad about it.
Oh my Lord. You said your flight got canceled?
Yeah, so there was like a crazy storm, and like the next flight that they could get me on was after my set. Like I'd be landing after my set.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
I got to fly like super early the day before, and like we were there for like 6 hours before they eventually just canceled it. But I was supposed to play that the Cut Fest if you heard of that.
No, I'll probably look into it and see what it
I
was.
don't think they had anything this summer, but they had one last summer, and it had like Keep My Secrets, Johnny Craig. There was a couple other bands on there
Oh,
too.
I would have been real sad if I miss that, as a performer and stuff.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
I'm like, man, but oh well, everything happens for a reason. That's how I look at it.
So, another question. So, if you could tour with any musician, like let's say it was like a small tour, like a 10-day tour or something, and you got
Mhm.
three musicians, who would you want to tour with?
Man, that's because it's like I try to like think of like genre wise. I don't know. Yeah, so if I did like say it was like a multi-genre tour, like and it just didn't matter like who was on it. I think Kill Station, Asteria, and throw a band in there. We'll throw Envisions on there.
Why do they sound? Oh, I wait, hold on, Envisions. I'm trying to think. I'm like, do I know that band? I think
They
I
got a
just
popular song.
started listening to them.
Yeah, they got like song called like Parasite and like 669.
Yeah, Envisions. Hold on, I gotta look it up now. Once you said that, I was like, I think I know that band. Envisions. Oh, I like Gold Blooded. There you go. That's the
Mm-hmm.
song I have. I was like, I know that band. I the other ones that you said, I don't know, but like, once you said them, I was like, I know them.
Yeah, the tour would not make sense, but I think that would be fun.
I sorry, but some tours not that are being announced in like 2025, some just don't make sense.
Yeah.
I'm like Make Them Suffer announced the tour. Amazing bands on that lineup. Amazing. Aviana, can't wait. I love that band. That's my favorite band. But like, there's Memphis Mayfire,
hmm
Caskets. I forgot who else. Elijah and someone else. And Elijah is like a rap band that's a little bit heavy. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you don't fit in this lineup at all. This is weird. Why? That's weird.
hmm Yeah, it'd be like I wanted to see the one tour that went through. It was like Limp Bizkit, Bones, Xavier Wolf, and Gojira, and it was
That's
hosted by Riff Raff.
I love Riff Raff.
I was like, that's like the craziest lineup I've ever seen. Well, I didn't
Listen,
see
when
him, but like
when I
a
saw
cast.
Riff Raff at Warped Tour, yo, my life was made. When I heard like the Jordan song, oh, I
hmm
had a ball in the fucking crowd.
Yep, banger.
Yeah, I remember
Decent.
he had a security guard like bigger than a house blocking him as he's walking on stage. I was like, and then Riff Raff got beat up that year
Oh
at Warped Tour
no!
at my Warped Tour. Yeah, someone ran into the tent and tried to fight him. It was so funny.
Holy shit! That's crazy.
I was like, I just want my t-shirt signed. I'm sitting on the line and someone just like fucking runs in there and like clobbers him and then runs out. I was like,
Oh no!
I was like, bro, it's like 11 a.m. right now, like 11:30 a.m. Why are
I
we
swear to
fighting?
God.
I'm like, damn. It's like when I saw Brief Carolina, I remember that's like my favorite band ever too. And I
hmm
went up to their tent to get my poster signed. And I'm like not excited. Like I don't get starstruck at all. And I
hmm
gave him my poster and he's like, you're not excited to see me? I was like, I'm tired. The sun's hot. Can you sign my
Being in
poster?
the sun all day, it's like you're gonna make it worth your while.
No, that's when the other vocalist was in the band. So that's when Brief Carolina was good. Now it's
hmm
like DJ stuff, like EDM stuff, and I can't get into it.
Yeah, I got really excited because the venue I work at they said Breathe Carolina's coming. I'm like, oh sick, heck yeah! And they're like, oh, it's just a DJ booth. I'm like, oh, I thought it was gonna be like cool.
I know I'm waiting for, them to and like announce a tour, like, old music. And I would be in that queue waiting for a ticket at
Yup,
Ticketmaster. I was like, I
yup,
don't care if I
same
can't
here.
photograph, I will be at that barricade at all costs.
Yep,
I'd be the only
exactly.
band. Okay, so is there anything else you would like to tell me about yourself before the interview is over? Because I feel like you told me a lot.
Yeah, I get yapping sometimes. There's not really much more to know about me. Like I'm always creating. I got music videos to still drop. I've got so many different songs coming out, different genres. Um, I don't know. I'm excited to see the lineup for the next year because a lot of the bands I didn't know from the last one, but every time you guys posted one of the bands and had like the audio, I was like, oh, this sounds so sick. I was like, what the heck?
Oh, when we were doing the announcements last year, yeah, us
I have
we
so
had
many
some.
audios saved.
Yeah, we had some pretty good bands. I'm not gonna lie. It was a homie fest from the beginning to end. Like literally the first band, Farsight, that was playing, they literally had like 30 people moshing at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
My business partners, because that place didn't have security all day. I don't know why they didn't hire security, but our show didn't have security. So Sabrina, my business partner, had to do like tickets. She had to scan tickets all day. So she like basically missed the whole festival, sadly.
Oh,
While
that
I
sucks.
was running around, because I'm friends with all the musicians. Like they all know me personally. So I'm like talking to them. And then Sabrina's dad and mom are going around asking if the musicians need anything. Like her dad will go on stage to announce the next band playing.
Heck
And like
yeah.
literally her mom and dad would be moshing in the mosh pit, drunk as hell. It was so funny.
That's awesome.
They're like, now should I do a cartwheel? I was like, no, mom, please don't hurt yourself.
She was feeling it. She was ready to go.
She was so plastered. I was like, Sabrina, your mom's having a ball right now in the mosh pit, trying to dance with people. And these men, I'm so scared these guys are gonna knock her out.
Oh
It
man.
it was so funny. Like her dad, like got everyone pizza, water, and all that. Like her family's really nice.
That's
Sabrina's a
awesome.
youngster though. She's like 19.
Hmm.
So our duo is she's 19, I'm 30. We're a big age gap, but she's in school for like business management and all that to become a lawyer and understand the industry a little bit better. And then
Oh
I'm
dang,
over
okay.
here. I I work healthcare. I clean
Mm.
old people all day, get beat up by old people.
Yeah, but I did that starting off too. And I was like, I was helping out during COVID and it gets depressing in there. Like it sucks, but like it's good to have somebody like, there for them.
It I'm a physical therapist assistant, so I get patients that, need rehab, like to walk again or transfer. And today was I could not wait until I could clock out. My patient was like, Fallon. I was like, yes. She was like, did you gain some weight? You kind of look fat.
God
Thanks.
damn.
Thanks. I was like, you know what? Men like big girls nowadays. She's like, really? I was like, yes.
Old ladies be crazy.
I was like, you can't even walk. Why are you talking about my weight?
I swear to God.
I was like, I'm stressed, okay? I was like,
Mm.
maybe I eat chocolate cake when I get home and I gain like 10 pounds. And I looked at her. I was like, it's rude to talk about people's weight, right? Jesus, I deal with some
Mm.
mean patients sometimes. I'm sitting there, I'm like, it's either I have too many tattoos, I I hate God. I live in South Carolina, so everyone's a Jesus lover, and they're like,
Yeah.
do you love God? I was like, I don't even believe in myself, so why would I believe in God? And they're like, oh no, honey, you're going to hell.
Oh
You
my
got to
God.
repent. You got to
Yo.
love Jesus. I was like, I have the devil on me. I have a hell admit one tattoo on my arm. I feel so bad for the old people because I probably do look scary. I can only imagine like a person that looks like me, tattooed up, walk in with like a Halloween scrub uniform. They're probably like, this lady needs help. I feel
Yo.
I feel so bad for my patients. I'm not gonna lie. I do look scary sometimes.
It probably gives them something to talk about though.
Oh yeah. I'm the talk of the nursing home anyway. They're like, Fallon. Everyone talks about me. They're like, Fallon's an atheist, blah blah blah. She don't believe in Jesus, and I'm sitting there. I'm like,
Man, it is
I
spreading your business.
like it's the CNAs and the nurses, and I'm sitting there.
Mhm.
I'm like, bro, you have 6 kids with 5 different daddies. I'm like, do you really think Jesus loves you?
That's typical CNA fucking activities.
Oh, oh my God. Like I sit there all the time and it's South Carolina, so the community's like, all black. Even like my residents are all black and stuff. And they always tell me all the time, they're like, I want my black CNA, I want my black therapist. I don't like you. I was like, okay,
Hmm.
that's yes. This
All right.
it's all right. Yes. I'm like, I'll find you somebody that does not look like me. That's not scary. That doesn't have the devil on
That's
them.
what you gotta
I
do.
promise. Yeah, it's the nursing home. They're accustomed to a lot of stuff. You know, foods, certain culture aspects. And I'm sitting here.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
like, I'm from the north. I don't like people.
I know, right?
I don't like to be talked to or be told hi. Just don't look at me. Nothing,
Listen,
please.
I'm here to get paid.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know why people think everyone wants to talk to them. Like, I'm here to make my money and go home and not make friends with any of you. I don't care about you guys at all.
Mhm.
Like, I was like, I don't want to be talked to. If I don't have a coffee in my hand, don't look at me.
Right, exactly.
I don't even exist. Like, my one nurse, she knows. She's like, she looks at me. She's like, "You don't have a coffee. I'm not going to talk to you." Okay. And then she sees me yesterday. No, the day before. She's like, "You have a coffee. Good morning, Fallon." I'm like, "Good morning."
Hey, she knows what's up.
Yeah, I one time I completely ignored her. I felt so bad. I just was so tired. I didn't have a coffee. I was just cranky on my period. I was like, you know what? I'm not one. If I had my head down, don't look at me. And she said, "Good morning, Fallon." I was like, "Is that a good morning?"
That's
No,
awesome.
it's 6:30. Why is it a good morning?
Sun's not even up yet.
All right, so we have a minute left. Well, I will put you on a document for my business partner and I to go over. And we will let you know in the beginning of January if you fit perfect for either next year or the following year.
Cool, that sounds good to me.
All right. Well, we'll definitely hit you up at the end of December, probably like the beginning of January, like maybe like the first week of January, and I'll let you know all the details and stuff.
Cool, yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you.
Yeah, it was nice to meet you, Fallon. I'm sure I'll hear from you soon. I don't remember if I have your social or not. I feel like your name looks familiar. I was like, I don't know if I already know you or not.
I think so. I think we follow each other. I think
Yeah.
maybe. All right. Well, have a good night.
All right, you too. Thank you.